season again. Almost basketball season. Yeah, exciting to be back in State Farm. Last time we were out here, we had a whole lot of fun and a little cooler today than it was that day. But excited to put this group out in front of fans and see what that looks like. Obviously, we had a scrimmage last Saturday that was very beneficial, other than Luke Goody's foot injury. And that's disappointing. It's a big loss for us. Luke is a terrific player and a terrific shooter and a terrific leader. And so we'll see what that process looks like as he goes through his surgery and recovery, and how quick he can make it back. But excited, a lot of new faces. We've got a great opponent in Quincy. I've known their coach, Steve Hawkins, for many years. Terrific coach. He's been at the Division I level, achieved a great deal of success, and is on his second stint back at QU. So they're going to be good. They're going to be well coached, and we'll expect, as we do when we play all these games, to play everybody, continue to grow, and continue to look for lineups and chemistry, along with playing hard, and then just see how our guys react to a arena full of people.
Is there fear that Luke can be for the whole season? Do you expect him back? And then where do you guys go personnel-wise in that time?
Yeah, I mean, we'll know more after the surgery. I'm not going to speculate on something that like that yet. But yeah, again, that means probably some different lineups. We've been playing Coleman a lot at the 5, probably kicks him to the 4 with Dane. It could move Matt around. It could mean freshmen get more minutes. It's a one position we do have a few bodies, but again, Luke's invaluable. He's a very good player, and his leadership is as big a loss as his talent. So we've got to make up for that, and guys are going to have to grow into those roles. So we'll see.
What can you learn in maybe a scrimmage exhibition setting that you just can't figure out in practice?
Well, there's a coach with a different game plan on the other sideline, and you can't simulate that. A lot of times everything we do is facing each other and facing what we do. And yeah, you can say, okay, we're not going to guard a ball screen this way, we're going to guard it a different way. But when you actually practice it every day and you get really good at it, and you have a scheme behind it, that's the important piece, is to see what other teams throw at you, how you react. I think that was one of the beauties of our situation last Saturday, our scrimmage last Saturday, is we didn't scout. We didn't even talk personnel. We got matched up as the jump ball happened, and to see where our system was, to see where our fundamentals were, and then make adjustments. So we'll have to do that. We've treated this one a little more game-like. We did swap film, so they've seen some of our practices, we've seen theirs, so we could literally put our guys through a scouting report. We got a lot of freshmen who've never done a scouting report, so we started that process today or yesterday, and today, and treating this like a normal game situation.
Coach, how close are you to figuring out lineups and minutes, rotation?
It's still a work in progress. We started all the guys that have played minutes in a college basketball game the other day, and I'm still not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. And again, Luke was in that lineup, so our versatility I like, so it allows us to move a lot of different pieces. But yeah, I would say I'm not close. I know that the one thing I got out of the last weekend was that I thought everybody looked the part. They looked comfortable on the court, even our freshmen, and that was very encouraging. So we'll continue to dabble, and I would expect everybody to play tomorrow and play important minutes.
Freshman kind of Ty and Sincere at that wing spot now with Luke out. How comfortable do you feel with them potentially playing more minutes?
Yeah, they're all going to have to play. I think there's Ty's been outstanding in our practices. He's been a very, very big part of what we did. He was a guy that has led us in rebounding almost every practice, to be quite honest. He's a guy that's got a nose for the ball, and yet his versatility. You're going to see Ty play at the point. You may see him play some, at the power forward spot. Everywhere in between. His versatility is that vital to us, and does all the little things. He's got a nose for the ball. He plays extremely hard. And Sincere has proven to be an outstanding on-ball defender and a guy that really causes havoc on the defensive side. So, yeah, they're going to have to step up, no doubt.
Juwan Harris, all-league defender, national title winner. How valuable was it for Sky and Epps to see that guy, and how'd they do?
Huge. You see a guy that knows what it's all about, knows how to run a team. Again, it was pretty comforting to know that we looked the part. We felt okay, and you're talking about one of the outstanding defenders in college basketball, and our guys were good, and I felt good about that, and yet they were able to learn, kind of a lot on both ends of the court from watching a guy like that.
Is there any moment or moments with the freshmen on Saturday that you kind of maybe breathed a sigh of relief or kind of saw that they were kind of not feeling out of place, I guess?
I think I felt comfortable with them really throughout. I don't know if there was a moment. We didn't get overwhelmed. They didn't get overwhelmed. A lot of freshmen get overwhelmed just physically, and I didn't feel that. We had some moments, that freshmen have with understanding time and score or a shot clock situation. When you don't play with the shot clock, a lot of them, now you throw that out there, it's a different world. You play a 2-for-1 situation, or you play a late game situation, and understanding those scenarios, we've got to help them with in practice. But we had 1 or 2 of those that we've got to clean up. But that's just experience or lack of, and we got to help them in those spots.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for tomorrow night that maybe you haven't seen yet, you'd like to see?
No, how they react to a crowd. It's different. It's different when you go play in a building with nobody there, and now you get a different set of nerves, a different set of anxiety, a different feel. You get an adrenaline rush that you probably haven't had. Everybody reacts a little bit differently to a crowd, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see guys, get out here and they've been talking about it a lot. They're looking forward to it, and there's a team in a different uniform that's got a lot of old guys. They're very good. They shoot it, and curious to see how we handle all that.
Is there a player or two that you think might surprise people?
I don't know yet. I think they're all pretty good. I think it'll be interesting to just, I thought we had really good balance. I don't think anybody really surprised me or disappointed me, last Saturday. So I think I'm kind of going in with a blank slate, and, I hope we've learned some things and how we've got to, we've got to prepare and what that looks like and how we got to translate that to the court. So we'll see.
Are we past the physical concerns you have about Matt and his back?
Yes. Yes. Matt's just continuing to work to get in elite shape and, get back from that. But he's good.
How do you feel about the on-court chemistry at this point, guys knowing where each other are and rotations and things like that for a team that's got a lot of new guys?
It's been pretty solid. When we're active talking, it's really good. When we are not talking, it's not instinctive yet. And we have a saying, quiet teams lose. And one of the challenges with new guys and young guys especially is getting them to talk and getting them to communicate. So we had spurts where, especially in transition, that you've got to talk and communicate when maybe you don't have a man, and you've got to communicate and talk, and I've got the ball, I've got here, and we had some lapses in that. But when we talk and communicate, we do a lot of things really well.
Is that a piece where Luke is missed maybe the most? Because he seemed like he was maybe one of your best communicators.
Oh, absolutely. Luke's a voice and a very loud one, and you don't replace that. And that's a intangible that we've got to make sure we have. We've got some guys that naturally are fairly quiet, and we've got to continue to get them vocal. And it may be a little easier to do at home, but we also know we play a lot of games on the road, and it's not near as easy when you're on the road. So we'll miss Luke and that part of it a lot.
What do you ask out of your older guys when it comes to gelling with young guys and trusting them early?
Just lead. It's been great. Coleman Hawkins has been incredible to this point this year. Incredible. His leadership, his much improved maturity in terms of the way he handles those situations. His role, he knows, has changed. We've seen that growth from RJ as well, and Matt and Terrence all give you leadership through a different way. Terrence is talking all the time, because he knows things, and he doesn't talk a lot, but when he does, it's usually because he's seen a situation. Here's how we handle this, and now they're starting to incorporate that into our language, into our ways, and that's really nice to see.
Kind of talked about with Luke, you have several different options, I guess you could fill in there. Like, is this team better equipped to deal with an injury there than you've had in the past, just with the versatility?
I don't know. We missed 68 games last year and won a Big Ten championship, so I would say it's pretty hard to. I hope we don't come close to that. I think that this team doesn't have a ton of depth in terms of just numbers. And I think the one thing we've got to do is we can absorb that for a little bit. I hope it's not all year, but there's certain guys you sure don't want to lose, and Luke's one of those guys. But we've got to rally around him and figure out what that looks like at that spot.
For Saturday, would you and Bill consider doing one or two of those that count in the future?
Sure, why not? I'm, over my career in Allen Fieldhouse as a player and as a coach. I deserve the opportunity to try to get one in there, but it's bring him back here and let our 16,000 boo him all the world's end. I think that's only fitting, but no, I think we've talked about it. So there's I don't know if it'll happen. He's got a series, and with everything that's going on in conference realignment right now, I think we're all kind of in a somewhat of a holding pattern. So, but it'd be fun here. I'm not sure it's fun there.
Seems like you got guys who can guard multiple positions. How big of a role does that play in your starting lineup and the rotations?
Yeah, it doesn't have as much to do with the starting lineup, I think, as we do certain rotations. I think that one of this team's strength is just what you said. I think we can guard multiple positions with different guys, and it becomes more about guarding actions then, it's going to be. I think will be a strength of this team.
So did Luke land wrong or get stepped on?
Just stepped on a foot is what I was told, or is what he said he did. Was just making a hustle play.